Hey, what's up, guys? It's Sports Blitz here, and we're back with another NFL mock draft. This is the pre-Super Bowl mock draft, so obviously the last two picks aren't finalized yet. By the way, let me know in the comment section below who you think's gonna win. I personally think. Now, I don't think the Super Bowl is gonna be rigged by any means, but I feel like the NFL is gonna do what they can to get a Taylor Swift Super Bowl. um, I don't know. I think there's a little bit of fishiness going on there, but let me know what you think about that in the comment section below. But kicking off the mock draft, I'm actually going to do something that not a lot of people are gonna expect. I'm gonna have Washington actually trade up to number one to get Caleb Williams. As you guys know, they hired Cliff Kingsbury, who worked very closely with Caleb Williams, specifically that season that he won the Heisman. And now I don't know exactly what the trade value is going to be, okay? When it comes to mock drafts, I'm not a trade expert by any means. I think here, where I'm only going to do one round anyways, we've got to kind of just take into account, like, I don't know what the value is going to be. But where it is only one spot, we're just going to send this through. Again, the value is probably going to be completely different. I'm probably totally wrong on that. But here we go. Washington taking Caleb Williams. Then Chicago. I think under this scenario, if they really did, pass on Caleb Williams, I think they would go and get Marvin Harrison. Um, yeah, go and get Marvin Harrison. Have even more help for Justin Fields. If he's still really not looking to be the guy after getting him all that help, you got some problems. But now we have New England on the board, and we're going to give them quarterback Drake May out of North Carolina. And then we have Arizona on the board. I'm going to go ahead and give them. I'm always jumping back and forth here between Malik Neighbors and Joe Alt. Because on one hand, it's like, okay, so this class is really deep with wide receivers, and, you know, getting an all-star tackle like that for Kyler Murray and still getting some good wide receivers later on would really help. This kind of feels like another 2021 Bengals situation where everyone was like, no, they need to go get Penei Sewell, or no, they need to go get Jamar Chase. There was so much back and forth on that. So this one, like, I think either one would be a great pick for Arizona. I'm gonna go Malik Neighbors. I'm a big fan of him. I think he's a good wide receiver. But again, Joe Walt would be a great pick. For the Chargers here, I have been throwing this around so much. I want Brock Bowers to the Chargers. I think it would be perfect for the Chargers. They need a tight end really bad. Honestly, Brock Bowers is one of the best tight end prospects we've seen in a while. I mean, you compare him not in like playability, but talent wise, he's up there with like Kyle Pitts. Like Brock Bowers deserves a top 5 pick. So then we got the Giants on the clock, and this one's tough. It's like, do they go quarterback and move on from Daniel Jones, or do they give him another year to be healthy Get him some more wide receiver help, maybe some more O-line help. I don't know. It's kind of complicated. Um, I do know that there's a lot of Giants fans that watch my videos too, so it's like this one I'm always on the edge on. Um, I don't know. Typically for this pick, I usually lean Joe Alt or Alu Fashanu. I'm gonna go ahead and go Rome Odunze this time. Um, I don't think every mock draft should be the exact same. So, Titans on the board. I'm gonna go ahead and actually give them Joe Alt. Shore up that O line a little bit. Falcons on the board now, and I'm gonna go ahead and give them Jaden Daniels. I mean, I think that pick speaks for itself. Bears on the clock, and as I was just mentioning with helping Justin Fields, give him Alu Fashanu. I mean, an absolute stud receiver, absolute stud tackle. I mean, you're giving him all the help possible, you know. Jets on the clock now, and this is kind of interesting. It looks like Talise Fuaga fell down the board a little bit, which I don't agree with. I think he had an amazing Senior Bowl. Um, I don't remember where I saw it, but he was one of the big standouts at the Senior Bowl. Um, I think the dude's going to be a great tackle. I really do. So I'm going to go ahead and have the Jets take him right here. Minnesota's on the clock. There's a few different directions they can go here. I know a lot of people disagree with this pick, but Kool-Aid McKinstry right now is still my number one corner in the class. I think he's an absolute stud, and I think that would really help that Vikings defense. Broncos on the clock, and I'm going to go ahead and give them some edge help. Normally here I go Dallas Turner. This time I'm actually going to go Laiatu Latu. Raiders on the clock, and I feel like every single mock draft, I always end up giving them Johnny Newton. And, I mean, you got to switch it up a little bit, okay? You can't give them the same pick every single time. So this time, I'm going to go ahead and give them Cooper DeJean. Saints on the clock. We're going to go ahead and give them edge Jared Verse. Colts on the clock. And I think we go ahead and give them Dallas Turner. Yeah. Seahawks now, and I don't know if Seahawks fans are gonna agree with this, and I'm gonna be honest here. I think Chop Robinson is way too low on the board. I think he's way better than 24. I mean, that just kind of goes to show how many good edges there are in this class. So I'm going to go ahead and go Chop Robinson to the Seahawks, give them some more pass rush help. Jags on the clock. Honestly, I think any of these top three guys would be a solid pick for them. I don't think you can go wrong with any of them. I'm going to go ahead and give them Nate Wiggins. Bengals on the clock. I'm going to go ahead and give them Johnny Newton. Give them a younger, very talented D lineman there. Rams on the clock. I'm going to go ahead and give them corner Terrion Arnold. Steelers on the clock. And, I mean, there's three really good tackles they could choose between here. We've got J.C. Latham, Amarius Mims, and Troy Fatenau. I mean, there's so many really good tackles in this class. Like, it's kind of mind-blowing. Out of these three, honestly, J.C. Latham's kind of my least favorite out of those three picks. I'm kind of leaning Troy Fatenau, actually. Yeah, I'm going to go Fatenau. Dolphins on the clock, and I'm also going to go tackle for them. I think this time we go Amarius Mims. Eagles on the board, they need corner, 1,000%. We're going to go Quinion Mitchell. He did have a really good Senior Bowl as well, to my knowledge, so should really help out the Eagles. I mean, James Bradbury was horrible. Like, so bad this year. Like, I don't know what was going on. I don't know if they changed the scheme at all and it affected him. But yeah, James Bradbury was not good. So, Texans on the board now. There's a few receivers you could go here for the Texans. I think it depends on what type of receiver the Texans want. Because, I mean, they've got a small, speedy, really talented receiver in Tank Dell, but then they've also got Nico Collins, who's like, I want to say 6'3", 6'4", and 200 and I want to say like 215 pounds. So, I mean, they've got a couple of, decent type of guys. So, it's like, do you target a smaller type of guy or a big body type of guy? I think right here, I think we're gonna go. I don't know if Texans fans are gonna agree with this, but I'm gonna go Troy Franklin. I think out of those top three guys, Troy Franklin has the best like burner speed. Cause I mean, Brian Thomas and Keon Coleman are fast too. Don't get me wrong, but Keon Coleman has issues separating. He's kind of more of a contested catch type of guy. He's gonna outmuscle a lot of corners. Um, Honestly, he kind of reminds me a little bit of like a Mike Evans with separation issues. Brian Thomas, I still can't figure out who he reminds me of play style wise. But I think of them, I think Troy Franklin has the best separation and burner speed. And I think you pair that with Tank Dell and Nico Collins, and that is a really good receiving core. Cowboys on the clock now, and I'm gonna go ahead and give them. I'm gonna give them J.C. Latham. Packers now, and I think. Oh man, I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe Kamari Lassiter. He is a really solid pick. Or do we reach for Cameron Kinchins? I shouldn't say reach. I shouldn't say reach. Like, yeah, on this board it has him at 41, but realistically he should be more in like the 30 range. I mean, there's a lot of players here that I would move down. I mean, JJ McCarthy, I'm sorry, but he's not the 26th best player. Okay? He's not. Like, so that there's players on this big board that I don't really love. So I'm thinking it's between Cameron Kinchins and Kamari Lassiter. I think I'm gonna go with Lassiter. Bucks on the board now, and this is gonna be kind of more of a bold prediction. Um, I'm gonna say Mike Evans doesn't return to Tampa Bay in free agency, and they get, just like I said earlier, Mike Evans with separation issues, Keon Coleman. Um, and again, I think with some route running help, some good like coaching, I think he can get better at that separation. Because again, he has the speed. Like I think even like his playing speed, he's a fast dude. he'll be good at separating. He needs to get better out at that route running, you know. Cardinals on the board now. I think we go ahead and honestly, I think we shore up the edge. I think we go Braylon Trice. Um, which where did they get that other first round pick? The Cardinals. Have the Cardinals always had a first round pick? Or like a second one? What team would that have been? Because who got eliminated the same weekend as the Bucks? Who? Why am I drawing such a blank? I don't know. I'm not going to waste too much time on that. Bills, I think we go Brian Thomas right here. I think it's a great pick for them. Um, Lions, I think we go. Yeah, I'm going to go Byron Murphy right here. Ravens on the board now. I think we actually go. I'm not going to lie. The idea of Lamar Jackson throwing to Adonai Mitchell is pretty nice. I'm gonna go Adonai Mitchell. I think pairing him with like Zay Flowers and still having, you know, Odell in that room, I think that receiving core is gonna be really good. Chiefs on the board, and I think we go ahead and go. Basically, have to go receiver for them. Honestly, out of these guys here, sorry, I was just seeing if there was anyone down here that they just had absurdly low. I think we go Xavier Legette. Yeah, I think we go Xavier Legette. He also had a really, really good Senior Bowl. And then Niners, I think we go ahead and go with. It's got to be between Jordan Morgan, Graham Barton, and Tyler Guyton. I think any of them would be a solid pick. Jackson Powers Johnson is an option as well. I think you go Jordan Morgan. I think he's a really solid tackle. So, yeah, let me know what you think of that mock draft in the comments section below. Um, Again, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe, guys. Recently hit 1,500 subscribers, so you know the next goal, 2,000. So let's start making that number go bigger, and I'll catch you next time. Later.